All right, we inside. Okay, so my name is Devon Adana and I am the CEO of Hello Tobago. And on this channel, ht.biz Island, we like to talk about Instagram marketing for Caribbean women in business, right? Now, today we are talking about that area of Instagram marketing that every business owner loves to hate, and that is hashtags. But before we dive in, I want to remind you to stay till the end, right? Because you want to find out who is the Caribbean business owner who won our comment challenge, right? So write in the comments why we should be following your Instagram page. You're gonna make sure to like this video. Yep, you're gonna turn that gray thumbs up sign blue, right? You're going to subscribe, and then you are going to tag your Instagram page in the comments and give us a real reason on why we should follow you. The winner is chosen at random, right? So you have to make sure you do all those things, right, in order to qualify. And the winner is chosen at random, and we shout that person out at the end, okay? So to make sure that that is you, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and comment your Instagram page with a reason why we should follow you. The second thing that you want to stay to the end for is because something wild happened over at ht.biz Island today. So you want to be able to track our progress as well, right? And something interesting happened, but I'm going to wait till the end of the video to share it, right? Okay, so let's get into these hashtags. And what I've put together for you is the hashtag commandments. Y'all know Moses went up there and got 10 commandments, but y'all did not know about the 10 hashtag commandments that he had stashed in his pocket. So I'm going to suggest that you get pen and paper for this one, because watch me, you see what happened to the last 10 commandments that Moses get when he came down, okay? To keep these dear and near to your heart. I don't know what you're gonna do. You're gonna have to put them as a post-it note right next to your desk, right next to your phone, so that when you're posting to Instagram, you are not breaking any of the hashtag commandments. Let's talk a little bit about what a hashtag actually is. So hashtags are really about specificity. It's kind of the filing system for Instagram, right? So this is the way that Instagram is able to file your posts and let people know that, hey, you are into bananas, right? And this stuff is about bananas, so I'm gonna put this under the banana hashtag to let you know that this is of that category. So this is how you help Instagram file your stuff, but it's also helpful to you in creating a file for your stuff, right? For your posts. Okay, so let's jump right into this thing. Commandment number one is there will be hashtags. I don't care what you're doing, okay? You will have a hashtag attached to it, right? No hashtag, no post. That's how I want you to start thinking. And this includes stories. This is not just on the actual post on your feed alone. This is for stories as well. You have 3 opportunities to use hashtags, right? And so these are the 3 opportunities. The first one is on your feed post, right? And you could put that either in the captions or put it as the first comment. And we're going to discuss a little bit later about where exactly is the best place for you to put the hashtags. The second place is in your stories. Yes, do not post any stories. I want you to promise me that from now on, you are not going to post any more stories without putting a hashtag on it. Promise? All right, I'm keeping it to that, right? And 3 is you use hashtags to kind of do your research. That's the third place. You're not going to actually be using the hashtags, but you're going to be researching the hashtag. You're going to find the hashtag so that you can not only research to find the best hashtags to use so that you get in front of more people, but you're also going to use that as an opportunity to contribute to the community that you are trying to build. So I am part of the business community and I'm trying to contribute to the business community. So I'm going to find hashtags that are about business and try to be a contributor to that hashtag. And we're going to talk a little bit about how exactly you are going to do that contribution. Okay? The most important thing is no hashtag, no post, right? And there's another thing that I want you to really understand about hashtags. by using just one hashtag on a post, do you know that you are 12% more likely to be found by new people? That is crazy. So could you imagine if you used all 30? Yes, you get 30 hashtags, 30 opportunities to label your item. Now, I don't really get into whether or not I should use 30 or should I use 10 or should I use 5. My thinking is, if it is that Instagram allows you to use 30, then why are we using 20? Why are we using 15? Now, Instagram experts and Instagram gurus will say, oh, after a while there's diminishing returns. But I cannot see that Instagram is going to say, hey, you could have 30 hashtags, but only use 20. After 20, we're going to kind of stop you. I'm not seeing it. If you're using 20 hashtags that have millions, or 30, hashtags that have millions and millions and millions of posts under them, then maybe. But as it stands, I cannot see it. And I think I am a big believer in using all my 30, because especially as small business owners with smaller pages, especially from our small islands, I think that using the 30 is a better go than, say, using 20 or 15, right? But if that is what you want to do, I am okay with it. Do you, boo? Okay, do you. All right. Commandment number 2 is, thou shalt contribute. So this was the third thing I was talking about before, the third opportunity that you have to use hashtags. You need to be contributing to your community. And let's talk a little bit about what that actually looks like. So you want to ensure that you're finding the biggest hashtags in your industry. And when I say the biggest, I mean you may have some that have millions of posts underneath it, right? So each hashtag, you'll see when you go on Instagram, you'll see a hashtag has a number attached to it. That number is the number of posts that are currently underneath it, right? So you'll go to hashtag love or hashtag business or hashtag makeup, and they have millions of posts underneath there, right? And so those are the posts, and you'll see the top posts and the recent posts. You are wanting to contribute on the top and the recent posts in your community, and you want to leave meaningful comments. Don't leave emojis or just one word kind of comments. Look at the picture, look at what the person is trying to convey, read the caption. A lot of times people put their captions up and there's a question in there, and you want to answer some of the questions that they actually have asked in the caption, right, under that hashtag. So you want to do that maybe for about the top 9 or the top 12 in those hashtags, in the top and the recent, right? You want to do the top 12 posts and the top 12 posts in the top, and you want to do the top 12 posts in recent, right? And you want to make sure that you are paying attention to those people and giving them some attention. You could also use the 5-minute love up strategy that I discussed in my most recent video, and I will link that up here, right? Somewhere up here, and you could check out the love up strategy, which I think is right now is probably responsible for a lot of our growth on Instagram. Is really, and at its most basic, is going into these hashtags, right? Going into these hashtags that are the ones for my industry, and basically giving some love in the 5 minutes before I'm about to put up a post. So I give the love up, and then we're off to the races. Okay. All right. Number three is, there will be specificity. So as I said, hashtags are about being specific, and you want to really ensure that you are labeling your item the way that it needs to be labeled, with exactly what is going on in the post, but also what is going on in the page and what is going on with the content in general or in your industry. So here's some labels that you might want to consider using, and these are the ones that we use, right? So one of them is location. Location is so important for us as Caribbean islands, because we want to make sure that we are being seen on our island, right? And so with location, specific location specific hashtags. These are things like hashtag your country flag, right? It's hashtag your country name. Some of us have island names that are unique to us, right? So Barbados would be BIM, Trinidad and Tobago would be Trinbago, Jamaica would be Jam Down. So do you want to use location specific type of hashtags that have to do with where are you located, right? The second one that you want to use, you could use industry specific hashtags. So again, if I'm in the industry of business, I might want to talk about entrepreneurship, right? Fempreneur, mompreneur, those types of things that kind of explain the industry that I'm working within, right? The third one that you want to do is customer specific hashtags. Customer specific hashtags are things like hashtag makeup lovers, right? Hashtag thalassophiles, right? Thalassophiles are people who love the ocean and the sea. So if you sell swimsuits, that's the kind of hashtags that are specific to the customer, right? Beach lover would be another one that you would probably use. Beach coma, beach bum, those types of things, right? Those types of things, right? So you'd have to research the hashtag and make sure that of the posts that you're seeing underneath there, you are seeing the kind of person that you are trying to attract. So this is where the research comes in. I'm going to talk a little bit about research in a moment, right? So those are 3 so far, right? The fourth one that you want to be looking at is content specific hashtags. Content specific hashtags are ones that explain exactly what is in the post. So for instance, if you're wearing the color yellow, if you are black, right? If you are of black hue, you might want to say melanin in there. Like this is exactly what is going on in the video itself. That's what you want to, or the graphic. You want to kind of explain if there's a particular color in there, if there's a dog in there, those types of things, right? Is whatever is happening in the piece of content that you're posting. That is what the content specific hashtags will address, right? And then the fifth hashtag is everybody's favorite, right? Which is the branded hashtag. So branded hashtags are hashtags that you have created for your business. However, everybody loves them, but they get a little carried away with them because branded hashtags aren't really being searched right now by anybody. We're not yet Nike, or we're not yet Pepsi, or one of those big brands, right? Right now, we're still trying to build. So nobody's in there looking for hashtag ht.bizisland. Ooh. I would love to think that, but that's not the truth, right? They're more than likely looking for hashtag Caribbean business, right? Or Caribbean woman in business. So you have to be really careful with the branded hashtags. And we'll talk about how many of each you should be using, right? We'll talk about that a little later on. But for right now, the commandment is there shall be specificity. So you need to drill down into the specifics of the content that you are about to post and make sure that your hashtag is relevant to that. And you could even use these 5 different categories in your stories as well. You could use up to 10 hashtags, I believe, on your stories. So you could use 5, you could do 10, 2 of each if you so choose, right? That means you will show up in the stories of that hashtag, okay? Number 4, thou shalt track. Oh my goodness, people. Tracking is so important. I know that many of you do not know that you could go into your insights and see in each post, right? How many people came from the hashtags you used. So if you are using the right hashtags and they're getting you a lot of traffic, in your insights you can actually track and see how many of the impressions that you've gotten has come from hashtags. So it is really important that you're looking at your insights and you're understanding how to use them and understanding what the different terms mean in there. And specifically as it relates to hashtags, understanding if the hashtags that you're using are working for you. Are they bringing in the eyes that you want them to bring in, right? So make sure that you understand your insights. So there will be tracking, and the way to do the tracking is by using your insights. Now, will it say you use hashtag business and 5 people came through hashtag business? No. But if you want, you could run a little experiment on your page and start using one hashtag at a time, or maybe 5 hashtags at a time to see what works. But as I said before, they give me 30, so me I use 30. Okay? All right. Number 5, right? Number 5 is there will be research. So hashtag research is super important. And I know that this is the part that a lot of business owners really get hung up on. They're like, why don't I have to do the hashtag research? I can't just use whatever hashtag I want. You could, but then you will run into a little problem. The problem is that by using any hashtag that you want, you are not really sure if that hashtag actually has the people underneath it that you are looking to find. The other day I was using a hashtag and I was like, you know what, before I put this hashtag up, let me go ahead and check to see if it actually is what I think it is. Lo and behold, it definitely was not. And an even realer example of this is, remember, before about, let's say December 2019, January 2020, Corona meant a completely different thing than it does today, right? It was a bear, right? So nobody was going to be looking under hashtag Corona and expecting to find people talking about not being able to breathe and having respiratory problems, right? So the whole hashtag changed. And so now, if you didn't know, if maybe you were living under a rock, you would be using hashtag Corona, and lo and behold, you're like, wow, why am I not getting all the traction that I thought I would be getting, right? So you really have to understand what you're doing when you're doing hashtag research. So there are kind of three steps that I kind of look at when I'm doing hashtag research. So you actually want to go into the hashtag, but here's what you should be doing. You should be looking at how many posts are there under this particular hashtag. Are there 100,000? Are there 500,000? Are there 20 million? Now, as I said, as small business owners, we don't want to be in hashtags that have millions and millions and millions of posts underneath them. We're gonna get trounced. It's like every 30 seconds people are posting to those hashtags. So by the time we think we're on the top, no, we're not on the top. Or by the time we think we're the most recent post, we're not the most recent post. We're done way down, because 20 million bigger, larger accounts than us are using that hashtag. Okay, so you want to stay away from those big hashtags. So you really want to pay attention to how many posts are under the hashtag. The second thing is, what do the posts under this hashtag look like? So so I might be saying hashtag makeup tutorials, but when I go to makeup tutorials, I'm noticing there are not many tutorials. They're more like finished faces, right? So I'm not seeing a before and after, or a video moving from before and after. I'm more seeing like a finished face. So you want to look at the hashtag and see, actually know what's there. But why do you want to know that? Why do you want to know what's there? Because it's going to help you understand the kind of content that you need to be creating. So if it is that you're seeing that the makeup tutorials hashtag doesn't have many makeup tutorials on it, but they have more finished faces on it, then that means that is the kind of content that you want to post, because the kind of content that is ranking underneath there are those types of content. So you want to be paying attention to that top section of the hashtag. Recent will be wherever people posting, but top is what is like the most engaged with under that hashtag. So you want to be paying specific attention to the actual type of content underneath there. Okay. And the third thing is, who are the people who are posting under this hashtag? Because a lot of times it's not even the people who necessarily you want to consume the content, but other people who are also, let's say, makeup artists or other business owners, right? So if other business owners are posting in there, then so let's say it's other makeup artists that are posting in there. So then for me, let's say I sell makeup brushes and things like that, then that might be somewhere I want to post to, because the kind of people that I want to buy from me are makeup artists. You understand? So you had to use a little bit of psychology and strategy in there. So when you notice like, wow, okay, a lot of this kind of person posts to this hashtag. Okay, so maybe I should be posting this thing, but this would be perfect for me to sell my product, because these are the exact people that I want to buy from me. All right? So and the last thing I would say about the hashtag research is that I actually like doing my hashtag research on a laptop or on a desktop, because I find it easier to move around and kind of see things when I do it that way. And you get those nice, they tell you on top like all the related hashtags in blue. And for me, it's a much easier way to do the hashtag research. When you're doing it on your phone, you're definitely going to need pen and paper to remember, because remember you're going to be switching back to screens and going forward, and it's a little bit more intense. But to me, sitting down with your laptop or your desktop, I love doing the hashtag research that way, right? Number 6 commandment is thou shalt format. Okay. What do we mean? What do you mean that thou shalt format? What do you mean? Right? So listen, hashtags can be seen as kind of a turn off. And let me tell you why. When you're putting a hashtag on your posts, in essence, you're saying, hey, look at me. I just posted something. I'm not okay with the algorithm just kind of hopefully kind of hopping around and maybe showing it to you, but I'm gonna put it under this specific hashtag because I want you to see it, okay? And that's fine, but it could also be seen as spammy, right? It could be seen like, okay, what is all these hashtags underneath there? Even though all I know, we people makosha, so we just read all the hashtags too to see who it is that they're trying to attract to, right? A lot of customers will do that as well. Followers like to see it. But yeah, so because of that, here's what I've devised, right? And I mean, say I devised it. I did not create this. This is a way that I have come up with, that I think I've come up with. I'm sure it was out there before, but I do this, right? I use my branded hashtags, and those are hashtags like hashtag Biz Island, hashtag SheEO. I use those hashtags in the caption area of the posts, right? So when I'm writing out my caption at the end, I'll have my 3 to 4 branded hashtags. And then in the first comment under the post, I put in the rest of the 27 or 26 hashtags left. I put them in that first comment. The thing about hashtags is that it doesn't matter if they're in the post, in the body of the caption, or if they're in the first comment, as long as they're associated with the picture, it will count. It will count, and it will go and be categorized or filed under the hashtag that you place there. And it looks a little bit neater. It's not as, it's not as in your face as if you did it on the, as if you did it in the caption itself, right? So I usually put a couple dots before, and then I put my hashtags. So that way it appears as a dot underneath that first post. All right. So just something to think about, right? Number 7 is there will be no repeats. What do you mean by that? No repeats, right? When you go to a hashtag, right, you want to see everything that Instagram has to offer in relation to that hashtag, right? So you want to see posts from all of the people on Instagram who have posted there. You don't want to see posts from one person who just spamming every day under the same post over and over and over again, right? Leave that for your branded hashtags. Under your branded hashtags, yes, we need to see everything. We want to see all that you're doing there. But when it's like something that I'm genuinely looking for, I've typed in, melanin makeup, and I'm expected to see that, I don't want to see the same person over and over again, right? So repeating the same hashtag on every post, Instagram does not like that, okay? They don't like it. So you want to have a batch of different hashtags that you're using from time to time. And truth be told, okay? Truth be told, Instagram really tracks every bit of touching and every bit of thing that happens on that, on their app. So if you save something, if you sling on something a long while, if you're in an IGTV and you press forward and back, and they're tracking all of those things, and they're definitely tracking if you type in a hashtag versus copy and pasting a hashtag. I know it's crazy, but as business owners, we don't have time to be typing in 30 hashtags every time. So I like to save my hashtags in the notes app on my phone and then go ahead and paste them when I'm about to use them. But in order to avoid looking spammy, I use different hashtags every time. So it's not the same hashtag, right? So there will be no repeats. Number 8 is thou shalt goeth deep and avoideth wide. All right. So here's what I mean by that. Hashtags with a million posts under it should be avoided at all costs, okay? Avoid it like the plague, okay? We, especially by people who have less than 10K, dropping into the deep abyss of a hashtag that has a million bajillion posts underneath it, not my idea of a good time. Definitely would not be your idea of a good time. But what is my idea of a good time? So, okay, wait, just slow. Let me give you some examples of what I'm talking about. I'm talking about hashtag makeup, hashtag business, those big ones that we talk, hashtag restaurant and all, right? So you want to go more specific. You want to go deep. You don't want to stay wide. You want to go deep, okay? And you're going deep. Instead of restaurant, it's Caribbean restaurant. It's soul food restaurant. It's seafood restaurant. Those things are more specific and more rich, all right? And they speak to a specific kind of audience. And on top of that, don't go to any hashtag that has more than about 500,000 posts on it. Just doesn't make sense. I'm just telling you, you just don't do it. Number 9 is there will be strategy. I'm going to share with you a strategy that I've come up with called the 10-9-8 formula, right? I said, as a woman running a business on an island, we need to be visible in those island hashtags as well, right? So we need to be seen locally. So here's the strategy that I've devised, the 10-9-8 formula, right? So the 10-9-8 formula gets you to be going back to those 5 categories, right? Of the brand, the location, the identity, the customer, and the content, right? And here's how you're doing this. You want to get 3 branded hashtags. You get those for yourself. You want to get 4 location hashtags, and that could be hashtag, 868 if that is your country code, or hashtag your flag, hashtag, your cute name for your country, them kind of things there, right? Then you could do 4 for your industry, right? So wherever is your larger industry might have several names that it goes by. So you want to do 4 for your industry, right? Then you want to do 10 that are customer related. So how would your customer think about your thing? So if you're selling, whatever it is you're selling, how does your customer call your thing? What are the different names that your customer calls this thing by, right? And then number 9, and then 9 of the hashtags will be dedicated to the actual content, what's happening in the content. Are people wearing leopard print in the content? Are they wearing earrings? Is it a married woman in there? Those types of things that you want to address with the content. So that's 10 for your customer. That's 9 for the content. That's 4 for the location, 4 for the industry. That gives you 8, right? And then you add up all of those. That should give you 27. And the last 3 are for your brand, right? And number 10, guys, we're now on number 10. Number 10 commandment is there should be strict adherence. Or else I gotta take out my big stick for you. Listen, I've just gone through all of this with relation to hashtags. You have everything you need to go ahead and crush it in and dominate in hashtags. All you need to do is strict adherence. Don't say, oh God, I don't think I could post it a hashtag today. Oh, but that CEO girl now anyway, right? No, everything, strict adherence. Make sure that you are using adhering to all of these commandments. So you're adhering to all of them. And but listen to me, I want you to give this a good solid try. Give it a good 30 days of commitment. And I promise you, you will see, you'll probably likely double your followership if you could keep a strict adherence to these commandments. I don't let me have Moses bring them down in vain. All right, guys. So let's talk a little bit about motivational merch. Yes, y'all know motivational merch is merch that is specific for Caribbean women minding their business. All right, I created the self-made t-shirt. The self-made t-shirt is really about the woman who makes it happen despite all of the odds, right? And I know that is you. So self-made has the $S, which is our signature, right? And you could pick up yours at the Redbubble link, and I will link that below. Okay, shout out to our Caribbean woman in business, right? Who is our Caribbean woman in business? So excited. Our Caribbean woman in business is Dr. Tamu Petra Brown. Listen, this lady is out of St. Kitts, and she is an innovation and growth coach. She helps business owners to scale. She is amazing, and you should definitely be following her on Instagram because she has a real magical touch when it comes to helping business owners scale their business. So shout out to Dr. Tamu Brown, and you should also go subscribe to her YouTube channel. It's really awesome. So I'll make sure to link that below as well. All right, let's talk about what happened today. That was super, super cray. All right. So do y'all know Super Scent? She is the CEO of Crayon Case. So Super Scent did the most magical thing today. Now, I don't know if y'all know, but one of the brand colors for HT Biz Island, and really all of the brands that I create, is yellow. It's a very special color to me. It's near and dear to my heart, and you'll see it all over the merch, right? Yeah, I love the color yellow because I just feel like it was just created for melanin hues. So Super Scent had a photo shoot the other day where she had all yellow, dripping yellow from head to toe. She looked bomb.com. So of course I had to repost it to our stories. And you know what she did? She reposted it. Okay. Now, one of the things that I like to do with my stories, I love to use the different stickers. So I did a little sticker, and I'll put it up over there so that you could see it. I did a little sticker, kind of like, which one does she look? Is it femme, fabulous, fierce, all of the above? And of course, it's all of the above. I mean, she looks so hot. And so she reposted it, and so I was like, oh, and she's such a supporter of Caribbean women in business. She's a big supporter of Caribbean MUAs, and she reposts people's stuff, people who use Crayon Case to create really just amazing faces. If you're an MUA and you create an amazing face with her line, she will repost you. So, well, let me say she will, but she's very likely to repost you if your work is good, right? So I think that, listen, and that, so there are kind of two things happening there. One is she has a big, large audience. She has, I think, close to 1 million. I'm not sure, but she has a lot of followers. And for her to repost our stuff onto her page, I mean, of course, we started getting a lot of followers today. So today, right now, as it stands, HT.Biz Island is at 2,546 followers. So we want to say thank you, Super Scent, for reposting us to your Instagram stories so that people could get to know us. Guess what? Another video starts now.